Welcome back. Today's video will be the first of a new series dedicated to the factions that we come across in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to start off with the Emerald Enclave. Learning these factions, their inner workings, and their goals should help give you a better understanding of what's going on in the game. Let me first mention that there will not be any story spoilers. This is more lore focused, but I will be showing some clips of gameplay in the areas that these factions present themselves in. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to some recent YouTube channel members: Uchiha, Jafar, Vnex, Medium Sean, Rob, Adam M, and Rigby S. And also thank you to a recent channel patron, John. Thank you guys so much. If any of you guys would like to come hang out for some live streams, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from the morning to the late afternoon Eastern time, as well as randomly on the weekends right here on this channel. Links to my Twitter and my Discord server will be below. Let's get right into it. The Emerald Enclave is an organization in Faerun composed mostly of druids, rangers, barbarians, and others who seek to preserve the natural order. They are a far-ranging group that opposes threats to the natural world, good and evil alike. You come across this faction in the Druid's Grove in Baldur's Gate 3, where symbols of the Enclave, a green stag, are visible around every corner. Branches of this organization have become scattered throughout all of Faerun, which is the continent that Baldur's Gate is located on, and most of these branches operate in isolation. Members of the Enclave don't always operate under direct authority, but instead follow their own goals and methods, which of course align with the organization as a whole. An Enclave member may dedicate themselves to helping others survive the perils of the wilderness, while another may be in charge of protecting a sacred glade that others of a more greedy nature may look at as nothing more than just free resources. The Enclave is not opposed to civilization, but instead strives to maintain its balance with the wild. They want to keep civilization in the wild from destroying each other. It's not uncommon to see a druid of the Enclave helping a town prepare for the coming of a frigid winter, or for a ranger to help protect a village from a band of marauding orcs that show no remorse for the destruction they leave in their wake. Another goal of the organization is destroying anything unnatural. This includes creatures such as aberrations, which have innate magical abilities drawn from the creature's alien minds rather than the mystical forces of the world. Beholders and mind flayers fall into this category. Other unnatural creatures include the undead, such as vampires, liches, and nightwalkers. The organization also works to keep the elemental forces of the world in check. If one element were to take over, it would destroy the rest, upsetting the natural order. The elemental planes of existence have to be monitored, for sometimes gateways to the prime material plane are opened, and creatures with little interest in preserving things may create mass destruction. The Emerald Enclave was founded by a group of druids in 374 Dal Reckoning, over 1,000 years before the events in Baldur's Gate 3. It began on the island of Illigone, which resides in the Sea of Fallen Stars, also known as the Inner Sea. The Sea of Fallen Stars is the largest inland body of water in Faerun, located far west of Baldur's Gate. The Enclave's initial goal was to protect the interests and resources of nature within the Vilhan Reach, specifically against despoilers of nature in the region. Eventually, the Enclave began to concern themselves with the preservation of nature throughout all of Faerun, and they went on to form splinter cells in other areas that they believed to be threatened, such as the High Forest, Cormanthor, and the Forests of the Great Dale. After the Spell Plague hit, which was a major magical disaster that struck the realm space and caused the destruction and alteration of many parts of the world of Toril, much of the Emerald Enclave either died or left. Those that remained in the altered natural ecosystems on Faerun became violent and were led by a powerful druid elven female named Cindermoon, who went mad from a Shar-induced madness. 100 years later and closer to present day, a boy who became the chosen of the god of Lathander cured Cindermoon of this madness, and the Emerald Enclave was reorganized and revitalized once again. To become a member of the Enclave, one was required to serve neither good or evil, to not serve any other organization apart from the churches of Eldath, Myliki, or Sylvanas. They had to be innocent of crimes against nature, and to perform at least one act that benefited nature. The rites of initiation were held each full moon at the house of Sylvanas. Sylvanas was the Faerunian god of nature, the forest father. He was one of the oldest and most prominent gods in the pantheon. Symbols of Sylvanas, an oak leaf and an acorn, can be seen on the clothing of many of the druids in the Druid's Grove in Baldur's Gate 3. Worshippers of Sylvanas protected places of nature from the encroachment of civilization with vigor, and the more industrious folk of the land despised this god, for his worshippers got in the way of their progress. The goddess Myliki was Sylvanas' daughter, and she was the neutral good goddess of autumn, druids, dryads, forests, forest creatures, and rangers, such as the one and only Drist Do-Urdin. And Eldath was known as the green goddess, and was a lake spirit who acted as a guardian of groves and watersheds. These three gods are of great importance to the Emerald Enclave. The Enclave is organized into a hierarchy of circles, each of which has a different responsibility. New members who went through the rites of initiation were part of the Circle of Initiates. When they have proven their loyalty, they then join the Circle of Earth. To ascend to the next circle, the Circle of Air, as a druid you must demonstrate your wild shape abilities, while non-druids had to perform an outstanding service to the Enclave. After the Circle of Air, members will choose one of three circles to ascend into. The Eldath Circle are members that sail the waters of Faerun, searching for knowledge and secrets beneath the waves. The Circle of Alluvium were members that walk the lands of Faerun, observing for any unnatural forces and ensuring the peaceful balance between civilization and nature. In the Planar Circle, which were members pledged to watch for the most unnatural forces beyond the material plane. Most of these members never return to the material plane in Faerun, but instead spend their lives keeping it safe from extremely unnatural forces. These three circles comprise the majority of the established members of the Enclave. Above these circles stand only three members, and they make up the Elder Circle. These members are admired for their wisdom and hunted by the greatest enemies seeking to destroy the Enclave. It is said that they are immune to mind and divination magic, diseases, aging, and more, and they are blessed by the three nature gods themselves. The topmost member is called the Grand Cabal. The second member is seen as the spiritual leader and is called the Hierophant. And the third role is called the Elder, which is the role of rational and conservative thought. In present-day Forgotten Realms, Cindermoon, the elven female druid responsible for the resurrection of the Enclave after the Spell Plague, is the current Hierophant. A human by the name of Shinthala Deepcrest serves as the Enclave's Grand Cabal, and the Enclave's current Elder is a half-elf named Ashenford Torinbow, who was formerly a harper. And that will conclude our lore on the Emerald Enclave. Sometime in the future, I'd like to do some more deep dive videos where we focus heavily on the gameplay in relation to these factions, but for now, I'll keep it spoiler free and try to help everybody set a solid foundation for understanding what seems to be an amazing upcoming game. If you guys ended up enjoying that video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do many other faction videos as well as a ton of other Baldur's Gate 3 videos, obviously D&D lore videos, RPG video game videos. I don't know what the I'm saying anymore. Until next time.